In the humid glow of Port Harcourt's neon lights, Chuks Nwosu stood on his balcony, every breath sticky with anticipation. Across the river, a billboard blazed in vibrant color, Obi Construction, building Nigeria's future. Obi's smiling face seemed to leer at him, a constant reminder of his defeat. Another contract slipped through his fingers today. His stomach tightened, not only with the bitterness of loss but with a raw, aching hunger to prove himself. What exactly is he doing that I cannot do? He whispered into the night. What would it take to surpass them all? The answer arrived on a breath of incense and smoke, in a bar dragging him toward a darkness he could never escape. Please subscribe to this channel to support us. Thanks. At 42, Chuks presided over a modest construction firm that paid the bills, enough for a comfortable home he shared with Ngozi, his devoted wife, and their children, Kelly and Ivy. But comfort felt like a cage. He wanted more. Over amber-toned beers in a dim corner, his friend Emmy spoke low, almost conspiratorially, "You're too clean, Chuks. My uncle swears by Baba DB, the herbalist. One ritual, and a shop tripled profits." Chuks laughed off the notion. Does that shit work? He thought. But Emmy's eyes were serious. Fables? You don't know how the world really works. You keep playing fair, maybe luck will smile on you someday. He downed his whiskey, but Emmy's words burrowed deep. Driven by envy, Chuks found Baba DB's shrine in a swampy alley, the air thick with incense and dread. The herbalist's eyes glinted like sharpened steel. You want wealth? Baba rasped. Go to Ebby, the woman they call mad by the market. Lie with her, and fortune will bind to you. Chuks recoiled at the thought. Ebby, disheveled, muttering to herself, shunned by all, was a spirit he'd never stooped to touch. Yet Baba's promise sounded like salvation. One night, the herbalist repeated, and you'll surpass them. Chuks's gut twisted in revulsion. The words churned inside him. He left the swamp and vowed never to return. A few weeks passed in uneasy waiting, until the morning he learned that a contract he'd long considered his had been usurped by Obi. It was the one he'd poured his soul into, the one he thought guaranteed. Devastation flared into rage, then hardened into resolve. That very night, he stood before Ebby's shack beneath a flickering bulb. Her wild eyes pierced him, as though she saw every hidden corner of his soul. He offered her gifts, goods wrapped in paper, words whispered like spells, and lured her into his arms. After he had his way, he slipped away, both sickened and strangely hopeful. Weeks later, the wind shifted. A government contract landed on his desk, his biggest yet. Nwosu Construction soared, and Chuks became the toast of Port Harcourt's elite. But at night, in the quiet of his triumph, Ebby's hollow gaze haunted his dreams, her voice echoing, "Why was she watching me now?" By day, his office hummed with new agreements, his bank account swelling like a flood. Port Harcourt's high society applauded, everyone but Obi, whose smirk burned deeper than any compliment. Yet in the silence of his car, a chill gripped Chuks. Across the street, Ebby stood, ragged dress fluttering like a dire warning. Hadn't the ritual ended? He wondered. Her eyes said otherwise, and doubt seeped into his victory. His success was undeniable: new SUV, sprawling home, staff doubling overnight. His wife, Ngozi, beamed as her boutique flourished. Kelly bragged about his father. Ivy danced in a room furnished to her dreams. Yet Ebby lingered, at the market, by his office door, silent, watching. Chuks scolded himself, guilt, nothing more. Then, another deal collapsed. A client withdrew, citing better offers. Panic surged. He found himself back at Baba DB's shrine, the pungent air stifling. You thought it was one night? Baba sneered. Your wealth feeds on her. You must lie with Ebby regularly, or at all. Crumbles. Chuks's heart sank. Regularly? I'm married. I love Ngozi. But Baba's cold laugh left him despairing. At home, Ngozi sensed his distance. What's wrong? She asked softly. He lied, stress. But that night, he drove to Ebby's shack. Her laughter, manic and haunting, greeted him as she called him my own. The darkness of that pact felt heavier each time, but the next morning brought a new contract, stabilizing his fortunes. Each visit eroded him further. Ngozi's questions sharpened. Kelly caught him sneaking back. Emmy pressed, "What did Baba make you do?" Chuks snapped, yet fear gnawed at him. Ebby's nightly riddles, bound forever, echoed through his mind. Is wealth worth this price? The answer was coming. And it wouldn't be kind. When Chuks crept into bed at dawn, Ngozi's eyes burned with hurt. "Where were you?" she whispered, tears in her voice. He mumbled about meetings. Her silence lasted long enough to fracture his heart. Rumors swirled through Port Harcourt, talk of Chuks and that Madwoman. The strain of his double life crept into every corner. His company flourished. Billboards now boasted Nwosu construction, while home felt like a battlefield. Ngozi trailed his nights. Kelly demanded answers. "Why's everyone talking about you and some woman, Dad?" Chuks brushed it off, but Ivy clung to her mother, sensing the tension. Ebby's weekly appearances became mechanical. She'd hum eerie tunes, trace his face with trembling fingers. "Soon, we'll be one," she'd hiss. He hated himself, but fear and desperation held him captive. At a gala, Obi's mocking tone cut deep. "Into charity now, Chuks, helping market women?" Laughter followed. Emmy warned, "People say you're with Ebby. Baba's rituals aren't games." Chuks retorted coldly, "Mind your business." But whispers grew louder. A client hinted at reputation risks and pulled out. In panic, Chuks returned to Baba, who delivered a final ultimatum: marry her, Ebby, or lose it all. A joke? He thought, storming away. Back home, Ngozi issued her own ultimatum: tell me the truth, or we're done. He dodged her, but her words cut like knives. Nightmares overtook him, Ebby's face morphing into a shadow. His envy had unlocked a door he could not close. The cracks widened, and he was falling through. Under a moonless sky, Ngozi followed his car to a slum, heart pounding. She watched through the window as he entered Ebby's shack and heard her chilling laughter. When he emerged, tangled and distraught, she stepped into the light. "How could you?" she cried. The confession shattered everything. That night, Ngozi packed Kelly and Ivy and fled to her sister's house. Kelly spat. "You're a disgrace." Ivy's tears echoed in Chuks' silent mansion. He clung to wealth even as his world collapsed. The elite turned vicious, clients vanished, Obi scooped up every contract. Emmy crossed the street to avoid him. Each desperate visit to Ebby felt like crawling deeper into a tomb. She'd only laugh, "You're mine, always." Walls pulsed, her shack felt alive. He begged Baba for escape. "Marry her," the herbalist mocked. Madness danced at the edge of his mind. Chuks, alone among ruins, stared at a photo of Ngozi and the children. His empire was crumbling, his name a curse. Could marriage to Ebby save me? He wondered, delirious with fear. He devised a grand wedding, a spectacle of redemption. With media, clients, even an invitation to Ngozi. At the riverbank, he found Ebby. "Will you marry me?" he asked, voice unsteady. She giggled, "I've waited, my love." Hope flared, though he knew it was folly. Planners, halls, compassion framed on every invite. Emmy pleaded, "You're going too far." Chuks wouldn't listen. He wrote to Ngozi, "See, I'm fixing it." No reply. Kelly's viral post, "My dad's a clown," spread like wildfire. Undeterred, Chuks bankrolled the event, even as his savings shrank to dust. Ebby hovered, humming, calling the mansion our home. Nightmares grew, her face melting into darkness. Hope was a lie, and he was blind to it. The wedding hall glittered with chandeliers, but unease hung heavy. Chuks, in a tailored suit, forced a smile that cracked at the edges. Ebby, in white lace, swayed at the altar, her laughter slicing the music. Cameras flashed, Port Harcourt watched the grotesque farce. A guest hissed, "He's lost it." Ebby's wild dance, her vows, "You're mine in this world and beyond," sent chills through the crowd. A glass shattered. Kelly stormed out, "You're dead to me." Ivy was absent. Obi recorded every moment, a silent executioner. Chuks's fumbling speech, a solemn uplifting, drew only awkward claps. Ebby's claws dug into him as she chanted, "Forever." The wedding hadn't saved him, it destroyed him. Port Harcourt laughed, and his world burned, waking to Ebby's hot breath and triumphant whisper, "We're one now." Chuks found his phone buzzing, accounts frozen, clients gone, his name a punchline. Nwosu Construction collapsed under lawsuits and asset seizures. Ngozi filed for divorce, barred him from the children. Emmy blocked his calls. Obi's billboards multiplied. Ebby's torment intensified, she carved symbols, screamed at shadows. In mirrors, he saw her specter. He drove to the shrine, empty. A neighbor warned, "Baba moves on when he's done." Tremor seized him, vision blurred. Was this poison, or guilt? Traders whispered, she had no history. She's a ghost. The wedding's price, financial, emotional, left him hollow. Ebby's grip, unbreakable. The end was near, merciless. Outside Ngozi's sister's house, Chuks clutched a letter, a plea for forgiveness, a promise to end the curse. His mansion teetered on foreclosure. Ebby's laughter echoed, her shadow everywhere. He slid the letter beneath the door. A neighbor shouted at him to leave. Kelly's video, Madwoman's husband, garnered millions of views. Ivy's school banned him. Returning home, he found his office trashed, papers shredded, chants deafening. Ebby's shack was gone, had she ever existed? Panic surged. He called clients, they hung up. Obi's billboards taunted. Nightmares bled into day, you chose me, Ebby's voice hissed. His hands shook, vision dimmed. He pawned his watch for bread. Ebby's gown lay abandoned, a cruel relic. Relief flickered, then dread, another contract cancelled. The ritual unraveled, he was a shell, hope was a ghost, and he was its prisoner. In a slum bar, Chuks nursed a beer. A stranger's whisper froze him, "Ebby? She died 5 years ago." The world tilted. The woman who haunted him, who claimed his soul, had she ever lived? A trader clarified, "Ebby drowned long before your ritual." His mind shattered. He sought Baba DB's last known stall. A woman there hissed, "He serves darkness. He uses men like you." The truth coalesced, Ebby was an illusion, Baba specter to devour his soul and wealth. The wedding had sealed his doom. His fortune was a mirage, envy, Baba's bait. He tried to warn Emmy, his friend fled. Ngozi's lawyer served eviction papers. Kelly's posts branded him insane. Each glimpse of Abby in crowds mocked him. Baba picks those who want too much. The city closed around him, a tomb. Rain fell as Chuks wandered Port Harcourt's slums, mumbling Ebby's riddles. Passers-by crossed the street, whispering, "Another mad one." His empire, his family, his name, all gone. In a puddle, he saw her face, smiling back. Had envy summoned this hell, or was he just Baba's pawn? The end was merciless. He slept in alleys, scavenging scraps. Kelly's text, "You're not my father," burned in his mind. Ivy's photo, crumpled in his pocket, was his only tether. Obi's billboards mocked him, his legacy erased. He preached Baba's deceit, strangers laughed. Health failed, coughs, fever, Ebby's shadow clinging. At the riverbank, he screamed her name, begging release. A beggar muttered, "Victims never escape." Chuks realized, envy, not Ebby, cursed him. He'd chased another man's life and sacrificed his own. Kneeling in the rain, he whispered, "Ngozi, I'm sorry." No one heard. Port Harcourt moved on, Chuks became a ghost. A child pointed, "Look, the madman." His ruin was complete, a warning echoing in the dark. Thanks for watching and listening. Let me know your thought about this story in the comment section. Like and subscribe to this channel for more interesting story like this. Thanks.